born in secret, lives in secret, but will not die in secret. The Maiden of Chains is here to swiftly wipe her opponent's stocks, making sure they'll also do it in secret. Welcome to the Reina Character Showcase. Reina is a technical character with the unique ability to swap between her chain and blade stances, which drastically change her entire moveset. Reina is also equipped with long-reaching normals, a technical but brutal punish game, and some of the best pressure sequences in the game. Let's first look at her signature mechanic, Stance Swap. Reina could swap between her stances by using down special, hitting with her other special moves, or landing a grab. You will always start in chain and then blade once you swap. Swapping changes all of your normals, with chain stance having a ton of range but slower startup in dead zones, while blade has faster normals with relatively lower range. Make sure you use the stance that's right for you in the current situation. Next to Reina's character portrait is her Malice meter, which is key to learning how to play Reina at a higher level. You get Malice by hitting your opponent or their shield. Once you have some meter to spend, you can use it to quickly swap stances or throw out kunai with her neutral special. Both of these options cost half a bar of Malice to use. Reina is also one of the only characters to be able to special cancel in the air on hit with her down special, so use Malice wisely in order to hit some nasty swap combos. Reina's specials are precise to use, requiring some setup to hit with them consistently. Hitting with any special other than her down special will swap your stance, so keep an eye on what stance you're in to make the most of the current situation. Neutral special throws out her kunai and costs half a bar of your Malice to use. It travels relatively fast and can catch opponents off guard if they're not paying attention. You can aim the throw up and down as well. If it hits someone, it will fly up into the air, which will give you the option to teleport to it by pressing special again, and will swap stances. Throwing the kunai into the ground or a wall will make it stick, allowing it to be hit again. If it touches the ground again after that, it will disappear. You will also be able to teleport to it after hitting it out of the ground as well, and gain a spark. Throwing your kunai and missing it will put the kunai on cooldown for about 7 seconds before being able to use it again. You'll know it's available after hearing this sound. Side Special extends Reina's chain for a powerful combo tool that sends upwards and even score KOs in lower health bands. The hitbox is relatively small, but you can set it up through using her aerials if you know which way your opponent will DI. This move will also swap stances on hit, making it great for continuing combos. Using this move toward the ground or the wall will have Reina pull herself toward it at higher speeds, making it pretty nice as a recovery mix-up. If you have a spark available, you can even jump cancel out of it for some cool approaching mix-ups. Up special is a quick teleport that acts as a hit grab, meaning it can be blocked. On hit, it will send opponents at a downward angle and swap your stance, making it a pretty solid move to use with red burst to confirm some kills. It does have some end lag if you use it pretty close to the ground though, so be careful of that. On the ground, she has access to her DP, which comes in 2 forms depending on your current stance. In chain, she teleports behind her foes and hits them with the chain from behind, which can act as a quick cross-up. In blade, it becomes an upward slash that can cause a hard knockdown if the opponent fails to DI it correctly. Down special is Stance Swap. Reina will switch her current stance to the next one, and vice versa. Swapping is relatively slow on its own, but spending half a bar of Malice will give you a faster swap, allowing you to get some cool looking conversions. This move is also one of the only moves in the game to be cancelled in the air from her normals if you have a spark available. For a general rule of thumb, use chain stance to play a much slower, thought out neutral, utilizing her insane long range attacks to stuff approaches, then switch to blade to begin rushing down opponents who respect you too much. Keep an eye out for what stance you're in and adapt to the situation at hand. Reina has some crazy aerials in both of her stances. Using moves like chain up air and chain forward air are nice ways to check opponents in neutral if you keep in mind your dead zones. Chain back air is also pretty good at stuffing approaches to stop foes from rushing you down as well. Down strike is also very long range and will pull opponents in on hit and on block, making it a pretty nice round start option. In blade, downstrike is great on shield if you approach with it and can open up some nice frame traps. Back air and forward air are also great at keeping opponents at bay and can set up for some nice combos on hit. Both stances also have fantastic anti-air options, with chain having insane range and bringing opponents back down to the ground on hit, while blade upstrike is good for launching opponents and has a tipper sweet spot that can KO in lower bands. Reina has a tough to master combo game compared to the rest of the cast, but the reward can be very high for those who decide to master it. You can use your grounded normals like Blade Downstrike to set up for some devastating aerial combos, and can even loop back into more ground blenders for some insane damage output. Once you get into the air, you can use moves like Chain Forwarder to bring opponents back towards you to get some more hits in, and swap into Blade for some more combos. Once you have some Malice available, you can swap mid-combo to get stronger conversions, and can even 2-touch in some situations. Kunai is also great for combo extensions as well, since you can teleport to your opponents on hit, allowing for some combos that usually aren't possible if you can read your opponent's DI well. You can use some aerials into her side special to either get another possible conversion or even score a KO. Blade Upper is also one of her strongest kill moves. You can usually confirm this from her downstrike and blade, or after a stance swap from one of her chain aerials. Reina is pretty technical on paper, having 2 entirely different movesets to learn, and a unique swap mechanic. Players that pick her up and learn her will quickly find that she is one of the most fun characters to use when they hit some of her sick swap combos. She's recommended for players who like a learning curve while having the freedom to have a ton of tools to experiment with. If you like Reina and want to become the Stance Dancer today, pick up Rushdown Revolt for free and join Spark League to get some games in with the community. Next up, we'll be looking at the hard-hitting Exalted Warrior, Urda.